Thank you very much. My name is Ryan Muzzy. I am a media development director here at Commission Junction. I have spent about 8 years. This is, believe it or not, my 8th year at CJU. I've spent a lot of time on the affiliate side of our business for the first 5 years of my time at Commission Junction. But the last 3 years, I've really been focused to try and find new, innovative ways to help grow our advertisers' business beyond affiliate. And that's what leads us to our discussion point today, which is personalized media. Essentially, it's allowing advertisers to use the information that they know about customers to influence the communications that they deliver to them online. Now, I'm going to be joined on stage by a VIP guest speaker in just a moment who's going to share her experience with personalized media. But before we get to that, I'd like to take a little bit of a step back in time to understand, how have we got to where we are today in terms of marketing and how we can leverage technology to take us to the next level. We're going to start our conversation back in the early 1900s, up until about the 1950s, when mass marketing was all the rage. You see, one of the most widely recognized examples of mass marketing was Henry Ford and his Model T. You see, Ford created this car to be the universal car that would meet the needs of all buyers. He started out by creating mass production techniques and minimizing the number of additional features that the car offered so that it could drive the price down as low as possible. He was once famously quoted as saying, "Any customer can have any car that they want and any color that they'd like, so long as it's black." Now, Ford used the same concept with his approach to marketing. Granted, it was pretty simple. There was one medium available at the time, which was print. Now, there was newspapers and billboards and other forms of print, but it was one medium. It was a little bit more simple than it is today. He took one product with one message, and he advertised it to one audience. He didn't mind going through and actually creating segments and creating different messages for the different customers. It worked. With the combination of his mass production techniques with his mass marketing, it propelled the Model T to the top of the market. Now, as we fast forward into the 60s and 70s, we started to see more segmentation going on. This was, after all, the era of the Mad Men. Now, believe it or not, it was a lot more than just 3 martini lunches and incessant smoking. But Madison Avenue ushered in an era of market segmentation, partly due to the fact that they have a lot more mediums available, from television and radio, print, even telemarketing. They realized that men and women read, hear, and remember things differently, which was an important shift in the overall marketing dynamic of the time. They started to take and advertise products for men like aftershave in sports magazines and in the sports section of the local newspaper. Products for women were advertised on TV during the middle of the day, hence the word soap opera. Now, this demographic segmentation became more and more specific as time went on. We started seeing marketing differentiated to marrieds versus singles, high income versus low income, and even suburban versus urban, and so forth. The 80s brought about desktop publishing, followed quickly by the internet. Never before had one single medium created so many advertising opportunities for marketers. Now, it used to be that you'd come up with a great tagline and you'd put it out there in print, on billboards and magazines and in circular ads of your local newspaper, and you'd be good to go. But now times have certainly changed. In the 90s, we saw the advent of search marketing, affiliate marketing, go affiliates, email marketing, even display marketing. And when you think about early display marketing, it was nothing more than broad-based segmentation. You were taking a message, sending it out to millions of customers in your segment, but identifying which websites that they were most likely to be visiting and buying up as much ad space as you could. Now, as more and more websites came about, you start to see that ad inventory became too much to handle manually. So you saw the rise of ad exchanges and followed quickly by real-time bidding. This was a very pivotal shift in terms of online marketing. We went from one message to all customers about one product to segmentation of our audience, but now we have the ability to target one customer with one specific message anytime we'd like. Because that's what real-time bidding ad exchanges do. They sell one ad impression to one person at the highest price. Now, times have certainly changed in terms of what we're marketing, but when you think about the way that advertisers are marketing today, in terms of targeting, they're really relying on general segmentation of the audience. Even Retargeting. When you look at retargeting these days, how many of you in the audience today are running retargeting on your websites? General, a good amount of you guys. So when you think about retargeting, it relies on one single data point. You've got a site tag that lets you know what was the last thing a customer looked at. What are they interested in buying? Is it a particular category? Maybe a particular product? And how can we use that information to influence the communications that we deliver to them? I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it is nothing but segmentation. Everybody that views that one particular product or adds that product into their shopping cart is going to be seeing the same ad when they leave that site and abandon that shopping cart. And more importantly, they're going to be beat over the head with the same ad everywhere they go. How many of you have been followed around the internet by the same ad advertising the exact same product? A lot more hands, exactly. It's annoying. And what it's doing is it's creating a negative brand image with our customers. Maybe that's why Ernst & Young has said that brand loyalty has never been lower than it is today. It's time that we rebuild brand relevance with customers. When you see stats like this, with 25% of customers say that brand was a deciding factor in their purchase, maybe that's why we're starting to see retailers and manufacturers alike escalating the number of coupons that they're serving to try and get people to come into the store and buy. And what we're starting to see is a rise in what's called showrooming. 33% of customers who walk into a brick and mortar location to buy a product end up leaving and buying for that product from a competitor online. It's terrible. And times have changed, and there's a number of reasons why we've seen this shift. Most importantly, I think the fragmented media environment that we're seeing today is probably the most important driver of that. When you start to think of channel fragmentation, it's making it extremely difficult to find and locate our audience to be able to deliver the right message. 41% of media time is spent on TV. And look at mobile. Mobile started out with nothing a few years ago, and now it's a full 12% of media time spent. And within each channel, you start to see extreme audience fragmentation. It's getting more increasingly difficult to connect with them at scale. Just look at the rise in number of TV channels per US household since 1990, from 35 to 119. And when you add to the fact device fragmentation, when you start to look at the average consumer in America goes online with, on average, more than 3 devices per week, and their data, the data that we're using to identify their interests, is going to be scattered across 12 different cookies. I mean, that's one cookie for every single browser and app that they use. It's making it extremely difficult for us to create personalized messages and delivering it at scale to all of our customers. Well, I'm here to tell you that times have certainly changed, but we now have the technology to create and deliver personalized one-to-one communications at scale. So what is personalized media? Personalized media is essentially delivering on the original promise of digital. Remember all the breathless talk about one-to-one communications back in the early 2000s to mid-2000s. But up until this point, we really haven't been able to deliver on that promise. Now we can, if we take the time to understand what it takes to develop and deliver personalized communications at scale. So we're going to go into a few of those points in just a minute. There's quite a bit more, and I'm going to let my VIP guest speaker go into some of the details on those in just a moment. The first and I think most important part is that we need to use the data that we already have at our disposal. All of our companies are collecting massive amounts of data, but we're not using it to our benefit. We're talking about data like online sales transactions, offline sales, even catalog sales, CRM interactions, the way that they're using phones and tablets, and more. We're talking about combining all of that data into a rich, actionable, anonymous customer profile so that when you deliver a customer a specific ad, you can look at that information and decide how to change the ad. Here's a quick example of how that might look with 2 particular customers. Both love fashion. The woman on the left, she's about 35 to 40 years old. She's married. She has kids present in the home. She likes updated classics. She really likes to shop and prefers to shop online and usually buys when there's a discount available. She also shops for her husband. The woman on the right, she's slightly less in age. She's not married, no kids. She's kind of a fashionista, really has a luxurious style about her. She prefers to go into a brick and mortar location and has no problem paying full price. But she is part of your loyalty program, and she has shown an interest in actually getting more rewards points. With just these two examples, we can actually create custom ad content that caters to each customer. And what we're talking about here is personalizing content beyond just taking a single product and putting it into a banner template and sending it out. We're trying to identify their unique wants and needs so that when we send the message and create an ongoing dialogue, it's consistent in a metronomic way. Both women see ads for the fall fashion launch, but the lifestyle imagery and next steps are completely different. The woman on top prefers to shop online, so we've encouraged her to visit the website. The woman on the bottom, we've encouraged her to check out the latest physical retail location. Next, we know that the woman on top has a propensity to buy shoes. We've shown her the latest shoes that are recent releases, and we've added a little discount because we know that that's what she responds to. And guess what? When she makes a purchase, it's not time to end the conversation, it's time to change it. Maybe you can upsell them across a different product line. Maybe it's a product that might go with the product they just purchased. Maybe it's time to remind her that it's time to buy something for her husband. Then you got the woman on the bottom, and you can see as you look at the lifestyle imagery that's displayed across these different ad treatments that they're trying to connect with different customers. You see a much more luxurious, up-tempo type ad that you see on the bottom. And when the woman hasn't really responded to the ads that we're serving her, it's time to reward her for her loyalty and offer her some additional rewards points for making a purchase today. And it works. And again, it's not time to end the communication, it's time to change it and potentially offer her something to go along with it. Maybe it's an accessory like a bag. At the end of the day, we now have so much potential to deliver customized communications. But when you start to think about the device fragmentation that I was talking about just about a few minutes ago, if we're not taking that consistent message approach across all devices, then we're failing our customers. How many of you shop online when you're at work? How many of you also have a tablet? Have you ever browsed a product online, gone home that night, jumped on your tablet and bought, and then you go back to work the next day and you get followed around by the same ad over and over again for a product you already bought? It's extremely frustrating, and it's creating confusion with our customers. It's creating a negative brand image. With our platform, we actually have the ability to customize unique messages and create a consistent stream of conversation across every device. And not only that, you can actually recognize conversions across all these devices from tablets and mobile phones, things that don't rely on cookies like third-party cookies. Imagine being able to recognize that a conversion happened on somebody's tablet and change the conversation across every device. It's an important, powerful technique. Now, we're here at an event that attracts pretty much the best performance marketers in the world, and it's all about results with this audience. And a lot of you are probably asking yourself, how does this perform? Well, I'd like to invite up our guest speaker. This is Leah Foley. She's a digital marketing manager at Bose. And it's important that we talk really quickly about the history of this conversation. You can come up. That it started last year at this very event. And it's just been a really fun environment to really work with her, to develop that trust that we've had with her on a personal, or on the affiliate side, and have that translate into personalized media. So I'm going to let Leah jump up on stage and share her experience.
You did awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. It's great to be here. As you mentioned, I am a digital marketing manager for Bose, and I run a lot of our performance marketing programs, including our direct display programs. Are any of you guys fans of Bose? Fans of our products? A couple? We had some really cool new products launched this summer, so check them out. So for those of you who are less than familiar, we've been delivering unique audio solutions since 1964, and we're really committed to innovation and really finding the next best thing in terms of premium audio. From anything from our first product, which was our Bose 901 direct reflecting speakers, which we still sell, to our in-ear noise canceling headphones that just launched on August 1st, our engineers really aim to meet any audio challenge in any application. In terms of marketing, we run pretty much all of this above. We are obviously run a lot of offline media, including print, inserts, and direct mail, but we're also involved in search marketing, retargeting, SEO, and mobile. Here are a couple examples of our print ads above, and in addition for being known for our unique sound solutions, we're also known for being incredibly protective of our brand. So we have an in-house agency, full service, about 150 people who work on creating our assets for every customer touch point. So it's all of our advertising, but also all the displays you see in stores, in both our own stores and our resellers, as well as the product packaging. It's not uncommon for us to insist on having creative control, and oftentimes I get into arguments with them about, why can't we just let someone else resize our logo? Well, we don't trust them to do that. So even something that small, we insist on having control over. So recently, we've seen a lot of changes in our market, and I started to talk to Ryan about personalized media, and we needed to think about the way we go to market with our products and start updating there as well. And so we've seen a ton of changes, but I'm going to focus on 3 major ones. So one, we have a lot of new targets and competitors, and they've done a fantastic job really introducing the premium audio market, premium audio, to a market that we never considered and we never thought would be interested in our products. Also, our selling situation has dramatically changed. So just within the past 10 years, or 10 or so years ago, you could only purchase from Bose directly. So whether it was one of our stores or a call center, or even Bose.com, our VP of sales, actually her first job at Bose was selling Wave music systems door to door. But recently, wholesale plays our third-party resellers, including Amazon, Best Buy, and Target, play an incredibly important role in our business. Also, we went from launching just a few products a year, and now this year we're launching 30. So it wasn't common in the past for 3 products to be a big year, and we weren't sure how we could handle all the advertising. And just this year alone, we're launching 30. So in addition to these new products, we're also starting to go into new categories that are really different for Bose that we've never been in before. So all of these changes bring up some great opportunities, but also some challenges. So I'll start with the opportunities. So as Ryan mentioned, we have tons of data about customers, and we knew that there was a way to leverage that data and improve the fit with our brand and serve them more relevant ads. We also felt like there was an opportunity to reach and connect with new audiences and hopefully try to reach a bit of a younger demographic where our market's expanded and we didn't necessarily get there in time. Also, we wanted to understand the impact of online on offline sales. So I'm sure that many of you, I think it's a common conversation in online marketing, is attribution and how can we prove that we're driving sales offline. And we knew we were, but now we wanted to be able to prove it. In terms of challenges, we had a marketing mix that I spoke to that worked really well for us for many years, and we weren't quite sure how to improve. We knew it would be difficult. We also knew that traditional vehicles like print and a lot of our retargeting campaigns were slowly eroding in effectiveness. And over time, they've just become less effective, and we needed to find new tools to really help move the needle. And finally, we knew that dynamic creative solutions were really valuable for some brands. And the problem with us was that we had experimented with a few, and they just didn't deliver a good brand impression, and that didn't work for us. So as I started to talk more and more about personalized media with Ryan, and specifically how it could impact Bose, it all sounded great. We were going to be able to activate our customer data and then serve people relevant ads. And it sounded fantastic, but I had a huge concern. And my huge concern was, will the ads be good enough? And quite honestly, I thought, no, there is no way that they'll be good enough for us. I guess almost a year ago, where Ryan and his team came out to Boston and met with us, and it's important to note that I had really sold this internally, and I needed this meeting to go really well. And so I had even gone so far as to offer creative guidance, and I'm far from a designer, but I thought anything to just make sure that this goes well. Can I get you images? Can I write headlines? Like, what can I do to help this go well? And he told me just to trust him. And quite honestly, that wasn't easy to do. So now I have my boss and another colleague from our analysis team who thinks that I have no idea what I'm talking about. All of this, surely it can't be possible. So I have them schlep across the street with me, and we get to the meeting, and they go into the whole overview of, Oded was there, and Ryan was there, and they went into personalized media, and I'm sure did a fantastic job. I didn't listen to one thing you said, because I really just needed to see these ads. I needed to know that they were going to be good enough. Well, I don't think I've ever admit this, but I should have trusted you, because what we saw was fantastic, and I've never seen creative that was so on brand. The creative that they showed was absolutely fantastic. It was very Bose-like. The images were all our own images, headlines that we didn't write but sounded like us. What he brought was something just like this that was all Bose-specific. But I wanted to take you through an actual customer experience. So these are ads that we've worked on together that are currently in market. So on the top, we have a male. He's 46 years old, and we consider him a home entertainer. He usually buys in store, usually at his local Bose store, which is at the Glendale Galleria. And we know he's a music lover. So we know from data that we have, his favorite categories are home theater and speakers. And he's purchased multiple times from these categories in the past year, mostly from his favorite Bose store. So we show him those ads, and then we also know that sometime later, he's visited our solo TV speaker product page online. So we decide we're going to serve him an ad that's to showcase that product. And then some other time goes by, and we know that he's a music lover, so we've identified the next best opportunity is to show him this fantastic new product we have that has been a huge hit with music lovers and people who want noise-canceling technology alike. And we're showing him our new QC20 in-ear noise-canceling headphones. On the bottom, we have a different customer journey. We have a 32-year-old female. She's married. She's always on the go. She's very athletic, and when she's shopping, we know that she's usually buying for family and friends, so she's always looking for the perfect gift. So we start out, and we know that she's a commuter, and she commutes to work and always on the go, so we know that our mobile solutions category will be a great fit for her. And we decide to show her the Bluetooth headset. Then we want to show her a new arrival, which also fits into her on-the-go lifestyle, which is our new SoundLink Mini wireless Bluetooth speaker. And fast forward a little more, we know that she's an athlete and she loves a good workout. So we show her our SIE2i Sport headphones. And although the product's not new, we've highlighted the new blue color option to show her. Now, when the holidays come up, we know that she's looking for the perfect gift for friends and family. So we decide to show her our new Bluetooth wireless speakers. So as you can see, this is just two examples, but out of all the ads that we've created with the team, there are just millions of different customer journeys, and they're all based on actual data. So we're using that info and having an ongoing conversation with our customers. So not only were we able to address the issue of being able to provide relevant ads that were relevant to customers based on what we knew, but it also helped us address two other questions I alluded to earlier. One, does last touch make sense for our business? And two, what effect does online marketing have on offline sales? So as we learned more and more about the program, we were really happy to learn that personalized media relied on statistically validated A/B testing. So we were able to see the sales that were incremental to our business. So in that way, we were finally able to say that we're not going to assume that all sales that come in through this channel are as a result of it, and we're actually going to measure that lift. So I think the easiest way to compare that is to the approach of traditional retargeting, which we run as well, as I saw many of you do too, where we're giving credit to that program for any action they have with the customer. So if they touch that sale, they're getting credit. And so at the end of the day, we're definitely over-reporting, and we're kind of giving that program a little bit more credit than it probably deserves. So with personalized media, as you can see here, so we have the control on the left and the test on the right. And so what we're able to do is on the control side is take all of these people, and we know that some of them, these sales would have come in naturally. So what sales would have come in on their own without using personalized media? And then we subtract that from the total sales of the program, and then we get this incremental lift. In addition, we're now able to validate what we always knew, which was that our online marketing does impact offline sales. And so in addition, we can see the incremental sales to our offline channels. So our Bose stores and our call centers, believe it or not, people still call. So we were able to finally measure that, and our analysis team really liked that because we can keep telling them we need more money for online because it's going to help the stores, but we can prove it. And so that was a great conversation, one of the many that's come out of this. So I should probably share some results. Well, I'm not going to be able to share numbers because we are a privately held company, but I can tell you this. Personalized media is by far the most successful thing we've ever run in online marketing, and it's by far the best performing element in our entire plan. So when we worked with the team and they gave us an estimate of the incremental lift we'd see, we thought it looked kind of high, and I probably was the only one that believed it internally, and I wasn't even sure I did, but I knew I had to because I had sold this. So just last week, we had a meeting, and analysis has showed that the impact was even higher, and the lift was a few percentage points higher than that number. And that was, to date, one of the best meetings with my boss. So as a result of how well it's doing, we are shifting money from other programs to personalized media. And we're going to continue our current campaign. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it going. It's doing so well, we might as well not stop, right? But we're also going to add an acquisition piece. So there is this market out there that we haven't touched yet, and we know that based on the data that we have about customers and the other retailers that use this program, that we're going to be able to reach even more customers with a relevant message who maybe in the past hadn't considered Bose. So in addition to the numbers, they've been great, trust me. Off tape, maybe I can share a little bit, but no specifics. But in addition, we have formed an incredible partnership with the Personalized Media team. And I didn't realize this would happen at first, but we went from being scared of them even resizing an image, and now we see them as just a valued partner. They're an extension of our marketing team. And we started off and we wanted to play it safe. We wanted to do a few products, no offers, nothing too crazy for Bose. But what we're going to do now is really incorporate them earlier, so help them, and we see them as strategic partners, and they can help us with product launches. They can help us get offers out there. We can do geo-targeted campaigns. We can drive to store if we want to. And so we really just, we did kind of the minimal with personalized media to start, and it's just been so fantastic, and we've built such a partnership and this great trust that we can't wait to do more. So I think in addition, our account team has been great from that side, but also, we are a business that we've done the same thing for years, and we don't try new things, and we look at reports one way, and we'd like to see them that way. We're not even sure what these other numbers mean, and so our account team has done such an incredible job with hand-holding. The number of times I have called Tracy, where are you, to get on a call with someone that's asked me a question I can't answer, or someone, probably me the first 10 times, I didn't understand the report. And the level of service we've gotten has just been incredible, and it's really helped to just build this really strong relationship with us. I think, personally, the biggest win for me is that it's just encouraging greater innovation in our culture. So, I came in 4 years ago, and I thought it was kind of crazy that we did the same thing over and over and expected different results. But we're finally starting to change things, and I think I've tested a lot of real duds in the day, and so I think no one thought this was going to do so well, and it's fantastic, and it's just really encouraging us to get out there and do more and find more innovative things to do with our brand. And this has been honestly the vehicle people talk about most internally. So whereas before they didn't really want to talk to me about affiliate, now they can't get enough of personalized media. They want to do more. So I think. Overall, this is what personalized media has meant for Bose. Do you think we should take some questions?
Hi, Michael Amar from I Feel Goods. Was wondering, with all those options and targeting, this is a lot of work on the creative side of things. So how do you deal with them?
Great question. It's a very good question. So the design studio actually is residing from our side. So we have taken on all of the additional resources of building out all of the creative that you've seen. Of course, it takes a lot of input from Bose and from the marketing team, but that's part of the offering in itself, is that the creative comes with the solution.
Okay, and question 2 is about offers. Do you do personalized offers too, promotions?
Absolutely. In fact, that's a really unique approach here, is that why offer somebody a discount if they don't need it? If someone's really exhibited behaviors in the past to actually buy something at full retail price, then sometimes it's not necessary to show them a coupon. There are times when it might be necessary to kind of give them a little shove in the right direction. In some cases, we'll put them out there, but they can be completely customized by customer. Great questions. Thank you very much. Anybody else? In the back there, 1 second.
Hi. Are you displaying these ads just across the CJ network, or are you integrated with any DNPs to go across the web?
Another very good question.
Good question. These are good.
So I'm sure you guys heard about some affiliate personalization in Carrie's speech this morning. This is something that's done well outside of traditional affiliate marketing. So we are tapped into all of the major ad exchanges. From a reach perspective, we absolutely have the ability to find and connect with the customers. But more importantly, we need to understand what should we say to them? What product should we feature? Should we include an offer or promotion? How should that conversation be changed over time? Finding the customers in today's environment is not the issue. It's a pretty simple issue, but it's done outside of affiliate marketing. Thank you guys very much for your time. Thank you, Leah, for joining me on stage today.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next time.